What's going on, everybody? It's Professor Gnome, and today we're going to be taking a look at a kind of interesting deck that's been getting covered a little bit more recently after its performance at the Perth Regionals, and that's actually combining Dragapult EX alongside Iron Thorns EX. And this is a weird combo because on paper you wouldn't really feel like it's a very good combo, especially because of the fact that Iron Thorns has been running almost exclusively as Quad Thorns for a little while now. But the main thing that makes it so good is that Iron Thorn's ability of making it so Pokemon with Rule Box are shut off and don't have their abilities is really important, because one of the weaknesses of Dragapult is that it's just a little bit too slow, where when it gets set up it's really, really powerful. But because of its slower style and how long it kind of takes to like ramp up, a lot of decks that think of something like Regidrago that utilizes Ogerpon to speed itself up. Think of Charizard EX that uses Pidgeot. All these different kind of decks are just too fast, and they use their abilities in order to gain that speed. So what we want to do is use Iron Thorns EX, and that actually slows them down and stops them temporarily, so that way you're able to actually power up, get yourself into your Dragapult, and really get going from there. This deck also has some pretty interesting tech cards in it. One of those being the Toedscruel and with the Slime Mold Colony. And this is actually a really, really powerful ability, because what it does is that the cards in your opponent's discard pile can be put into their hand by the effects of your opponent's abilities or trainer cards. This is really important, mostly because of the fact that something like, again, that Regidrago matchup is they want to be able to use their Legacy Star, and they can use it to throw things in the discard pile, but they won't be able to get their items back if the Toedscruel is on the bench. One of the other things, too, is that we see a lot of decks utilizing Pokestop right now, and the way Pokestop works is that it discards those cards first, and then you're picking them up from the discard pile after. With Toedscruel on the bench, there is no way for your opponent to be able to do that, because they can discard the cards from Pokestop, but they can't pick them back up. Other important things like superior energy retrieval, all those kind of things can't really be used, which is also very important. But yeah, that's going to be the list. Our main ace spec is going to be Precious Trolley. This is also because what we want to be able to do is guarantee that we get our Iron Thorns out, get it in the active, be able to get all our Dreepies out, and just kind of get fully ready and prepared. And then we also can utilize things like the Crispin in order to put energies down, start attacking with our Iron Thorns early, and get like all powered up, as well as a couple other things. But yeah, that's going to be the list, guys. Be sure to let me know what you think of the list and if you're going to try it out or how you think it is. I was very skeptical of the list to begin with, but I actually think it's very, very good. And yeah, I just want to give a special shout out to the channel members. Thank you guys so much for that additional level of support. It really does go a long way, and it means a lot. For everybody else, if you like the list and the content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Hit the bell to get notified of future uploads, as well as there's the community Discord down in the description below. If you're interested in that, feel free to join that, as well as I have a Twitter page now for the channel, so if you want to reach out to me on that, if you have any like questions or ever want to, just interact on that, more than welcome. Give it a follow. I'm gonna be doing more on that as well soon. Also, I guess this is like a mini announcement. I'll do like an official one later on, but we're about to hit 2,000 subs in the nearish future, so that's pretty exciting. And also, I'm in the process right now of updating my setup. I have a couple things coming in the mail soon, and once that's updated, probably in about 2 weeks time, I'm gonna actually start streaming. So I'll give more official details on that soon. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna go about it just yet, but yeah, that is on the way. I know that's something that people have asked for, so I am going to start doing that relatively soon, so just be on the lookout for that, and let me know if you're excited to see it. But yeah, we'll jump into game number 1 in a minute, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 1, and our opponent's going to be going first. We open our Iron Thorns, which is pretty good, and then we also have a Crispin, which helps us out a lot. One of the benefits, too, to this kind of combination is the fact that it's electric energy and double colorless, which means we get a lot of benefit out of Crispin. Our opponent also opens Iron Thorns. That's really funny. they also play the Pokégear. I'd be curious to see if we're mirroring or if they're playing regular Iron Thorns. There's a research. Okay, Double Turbo makes it seem like they are playing just regular Iron Thorns and not... Okay, we get the Arven here. That's actually really big for us because what we can do is go Arven, grab ourselves the Precious Trolley, and Evolution. Use Precious Trolley, grab ourselves a bunch of Dreepy, and we'll grab ourselves the Toedscruel. Then from here, what we can do is go Evolution, throw the Psychic Energy down. Obviously, we would prefer this to be an Electric Energy, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. We go Evolution here, evolve both Dreepy into Drakloaks. That removes that. So now what we can do on our following turn is we can go Drakloak all over again. We're going to mill through our deck as much as we possibly can with the sole goal of finding ourselves the Ancient Booster Capsule. Or the Future Booster Capsule, sorry. Use that, retreat out the Iron Thorns. Be able to bring in our Dragapult, use Crispin, power it up, and just start attacking. Because we're in like a really good game state as of at least right this second. Just from like that combo of like Precious Trolley and everything else. And even if we have to like lose out on Iron Thorns here by like letting it get attacked into twice, that's also not that big of a deal for us to like go down a prize card or two. We do get a Fire Energy. We can go Drakloak here. What we'll do is we'll go Pokégear. This is mostly just to thin our deck out a little bit more, because we will probably end up going Crispin this turn. We'll grab the Counter Catcher for later, because again, we already have Crispin in hand. We don't really need to double up on that. We can go Recon. We'll grab the other Iron Thorns EX and Recon again. This gets us a Lost Vacuum. We'll actually take that for now, and then I think the play... Unfortunately, we didn't actually get into what we wanted. I think the play here is to go Fire Energy onto the Drakloak. And then what I want to do is Lost Vacuum. We'll get rid of the Radiant Alakazam. Use that to get rid of the Ancient Booster Capsule on the active. Force them to have another double colorless. And pass. The main reason for this is that I don't want to go Crispin in case they have a bunch of random, like, Crushing Hammers and things like that, because I don't have a guaranteed into Dragapult next turn. So I'd rather them go, even if they get rid of the Fire Energy, it's not that big of a deal. I still have Crispin. I can completely repower. Arven comes in, that isn't that big a deal. They could get Energy Lotto, hope to hit a double colorless. Getting rid of the Ancient Booster, or the Future Booster Capsule, sorry, for the active was a little bit more important than getting rid of the one on the bench, mostly because of the fact that if they have a single Electric Energy, they could retreat this out, bring this one in, get the attack off, knock out my Iron Thorns. If they are stuck here without a double colorless, they have to take a whole other turn, like repowering, and we're really just looking for one turn. Like, if we can just slow our opponents down for a turn, we'll be completely good to go. even more so if they knock this out, we'll be able to go Counter Catcher, pull up a non-powered, you know, no capsuled Iron Thorns, attack into that, get the spread damage enough to be able to knock them out in one attack each, and kind of go from there. But they do not. There's the Arven. For right now, we'll go Drakloaks. We'll take the Electric Energy. Recon, there is our Dragapult that we do need. Recon one more time. We'll grab ourselves the Tera Orb that will allow us to get double Dragapult. We'll set this up, and then I think what the play is that we do let this go down. We go Arven here in order to get Future Booster, as well as... I think we just go Night Stretcher. We go Ancient Booster Capsule. Retreat this out. Give up the Toedscruel. And pass. Because on the next turn we go Crispin, power up Dragapult, and start attacking. I think that's going to be the most optimal play. There's the Crushing Hammer. We don't really care if they get rid of the Psychic Energy. If anything, that's fine with us, because, again, we can always go Night Stretcher, pick it up later. There's a Research. I was hoping that they wouldn't have Research, mostly so that way their hand was still limited, but it's okay. It's not really a big deal. They go Pokégear for the following turn. They get themselves another Research. Lost City will get rid of the Toedscruel. Again, not really that big of a deal. We get to bring in our Dragapult EX. We'll go Crispin. Grab a Fire and Psychic. Attach the Psychic Energy. Attach the Fire. And then from here, we'll be able to go Recon. We'll take the Toedscruel. We can always use that as like discard fodder later. Go Recon again. We'll grab the Rescue Board to give us a free retreat. And then from here, we'll go Nest Ball. Get the other Iron Thorns because it doesn't really matter. We'll go Prime Catcher. Pull up the one with no energy, no like real resources to it. We'll go Phantom Dive. And then from here, we'll spread the 30 onto these ones on the bench, making it so that way we are able to one-shot pretty much everything else that we decide to. On our next turn, what we'll do is we'll go Boss's Orders, pull up this one. I think they've gotten every single coin flip for Crushing Hammer. But, again, that's also fine, because, like I said, we have Night Stretcher, so we can just pull the energies from the discard pile if we need them. We still have 6 cards in our prize cards, so that way we don't really care if we get Iono'd. And then, even if they go Judge, we can keep the 2 Drakloaks here, making sure that we always have the, you know, ability to do what we want. There's the Future Booster Capsule. They could go, like, Prime Catcher if they want. But then we just search out Tauros. Yeah, it's not going to be enough, though, because we do have the boss's orders, so we can actually just close the game out here. More or less. So what we'll do is we'll go boss's orders. Pull up this one, because it will do the most damage. We can go ahead and recon, because we're really just looking for Tauros. Take the Crispin, though. It's not a bad idea. Go recon one more time. Take the other Crispin, leave the Fire Energy in deck. Go Pokégear. Grab the boss's orders again. Go Psychic Energy down. Phantom Dive, knock out the Iron Thorns. And then we'll spread the 30 damage here. And here. Taking 4 prize cards. Removing 2 of them from play. And now any attack we make will knock out our opponent's Iron Thorns. We have everything that we need in order to set up a new attack. We have double Crispin, as well as access to the other Dragapult in our deck. We have draw power from triple Drakloak on the next turn. We do have Tauros as well if we need to pick something up, which we can do if they go to trap like this Iron Thorns. That's, again, like I said, not the biggest deal in the world, because we can just Tauros. We do get judged, which means we will have to find the Turo all over again, but that's not the biggest deal, because, like I said, we will have access to double Drakloak, helping us dig a little bit deeper into our deck. And even if we have to give up an Iron Thorns, it, like, doesn't really matter. So we'll see what we're able to find. We'll go Tera Orb first, grab the Dragapult. This just helps thin our deck out ever so slightly. Then from here, we'll go Recon, where we do get the Tauros. We can go ahead and Turo, pick this up, bring in the Dragapult, go ahead and Phantom Dive. There's an argument that I shouldn't have Nest Balled this out in the first place, but I knew that it wasn't going to matter, and so I just wanted my deck a little bit more thin. Hey, and we close it out. And, like, okay, so this game didn't really show off the deck as much as I'd want, because the matchup is kind of weird. But what it did show is, like, the fact that Trolley into Evolution consistently with this deck is so powerful. Like, it's so good to be able to have Iron Thorns in the active, shutting off abilities, and then, like, double Drakloak to start drawing on your future turns into a Crispin is just incredibly powerful. But yeah, that's game number 1, and we'll jump into game number 2 in a second, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 2, and our opponent's going to be going first. Okay, these sleeves by my opponent go crazy. How do I get those? That's so cool. I want them a lot. We are continuing. It doesn't really matter. It looks like our opponent's playing Ancient Box, so it doesn't actually matter whether we get the Iron Thorns or not in hand. We do get an energy, though. What we're really hoping for is that we just get ourselves into Arven. That's like the #1 thing on our next turn. So if we can hit the Pokégear into Arven, that'd be huge. We would like to have Iron Thorns, because obviously it would shut off the Squawkabilly, which would be really big for us, but just not really an option at the moment. But that's okay. Honestly, opening Radiant Alakazam is maybe one of the worst things we can open, just because it does get kind of stuck in the active here in a way that we're not, like, super happy about. There's a Earthen Vessel. I think we go Earthen Vessel first here. Go get rid of the fire energy. Grab ourselves one of each. Then we'll go Buddy Poffin. We'll grab a Toedscruel and a Dreepy. And then after, we'll go Pokégear. We do manage to hit the Arven. We'll go for our Precious Trolley and our Evolution. Drop the Trolley down for just a bunch of Dreepies, because at this point the Iron Thorns doesn't really matter. And then we'll throw an Electric Energy down, TM Evolution, go Evo for 2 Drakloaks, and then on the next turn we can go Crispin, make a Dragapult, and start to set up our damage. There's the guidance. The main thing here, though, is that we are going to have to lose out on one of our Dragapults, pretty much guaranteed, because they are going to be able to go Frenzied Gouging and knock us out. Even if we put the 30 damage on, they're more than likely just going to find an Ancient Booster Capsule, be able to put that on and survive after. Which is a little bit unfortunate, though. Most decks only play 3. There's one already in the discard pile and one attached, so maybe that won't be the case. But we'll see. We do have our Drakloaks. We do actually get a counter catcher. That's pretty good, because what we'll be able to do is actually go bring this in. That will help us avoid the... Sorry, I was thinking. That'll help us actually avoid the dark patches if they attempt to power up their cards that way. Make it a little bit harder to get 2 energies onto this. They would need Vitality and an energy attachment from hand. We'll be able to come in and grab the Iono for next turn. We will go Crispin. We'll add the fire energy to hand. Attach to the active. Go fire energy down. Make the Dragapult EX. We'll make our Toedscruel to help shut off anything else that they want to go for there. And then we go Phantom Dive, where we'll place 30... Actually, we'll just place all the damage onto this. It doesn't really matter. And so now they need a couple different cards if they want to go Frenzied Gouging here. And if they go Frenzied Gouging in trade, we're not in that bad of a position. We're not in the best position we'd want to be in, but it's like not the worst either. And if they don't have Vitality, then we're safe. Hey, huge. So there's the Crispin. What we'll actually do here is go Recon. We definitely did get a little bit lucky, because obviously... So we'll go Fire Energy down. We actually don't even need to go Crispin on this turn. We will grab the other one, though, for now. We could just drop Iono. But it seems like our opponent doesn't have anything in their hand that's, like, playable, so we don't really want to give them an out either. So at this point, we just go Phantom Dive again. Put 30 damage. Oops. Meant to only put the 30 on that. We'll take 2 prizes. Get some more energy. Which means we can just go Psychic Energy down onto this Drakloak, look for another Dragapult. We want to get these powered up, obviously. If we can find a boss's orders and just knock this out, that would also be huge for us. They play a lot of Roaring Moon EX. The Iono's fine. Honestly, I could just drop it. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Iono here. Get myself more to work with. That's all pretty nice. I can actually hold off on playing the Pokégear for now. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve this. Go Phantom Dive one more time. Take the single prize. How much health does this have? I could take 2 prizes here, and that's what I'm actually going to go ahead and do. Just kind of queue that up. Take 2 prizes, put myself to 2 prize cards, which means all I need to do is find a single boss's orders, and I will be able to close out the game. Hey, look at that, found it. And if they go Frenzied Gouging with the Roaring Moon EX, they lose the game as well. I believe I'm still... How much will this do? Only 100 damage, so I will live unless they play a Stadium card down. Not really sure why they played that one onto the bench. They probably should have just played it onto the active, because that would allow them to at least survive if they Frenzied Gouging me. Yeah, so they're just going to pretty much forfeit here. Well, GG's. They do take 2 prizes in the end, but we also take R2. Oh, there's our other boss. That actually could have maybe been a little bit harder than I thought, if they played that slightly differently. But yeah, that's going to be game number 2, and we'll jump into game number 3 in a second. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 3, and we're going to be going second. We open our Iron Thorns and a Dreepy. The Iron Thorns is nice to have. We'll probably end up just having to go Iono here, though, because the rest of our hand is not very good, unfortunately. But we'll see. After we drop the Iono, maybe we'll get into something a little bit better. We do see Squawkabilly from our opponent, though. That is nice, because we are able to shut off that with the Iron Thorns. We see an Ultra Ball from our opponent. I wonder what they'd want an Ultra Ball for. Okay, so it's Regidrago. So we're in a pretty good position right now, actually. This is the power of Iron Thorns, and like why it works so well in this deck. None of their cards like function right now. They have to find themselves a, like, what's that card called? Like a Canceling Cologne in order to shut off our Iron Thorns in order for their deck to work, and I doubt they have it in the 4 cards that they have access to. Because they definitely would have played it by now. This is actually the point where a lot of people will actually just end up conceding which I don't agree with, but it is something that happens all the time. We actually had Crispin as our opener, so I'm going to be greedy here. I'm going to go Crispin. Rather than using... So we'll attach that. We'll attach that. And we'll pass. I'm going to go ahead and go Crispin here rather than going Iono, which is, in fairness, what I can go Iono, right? But my main thing is that my opponent has no real hand to work with. And so I'd rather power up the Iron Hand or the Iron Thorns. Okay, so now they go Research. But that's still fine with me, right? Because I can throw, like, the Fire Energy down. They still can't actually utilize anything. And so my main goal now is, like, knock out the Squawkabilly. Go Iono. Well, like, go Iono, knock out the Squawkabilly, right? Be in a position where I can set up the Toedscruel. And if I can set up the Toedscruel, I'll be in a really good position. Because then they won't have access to the Legacy Star either. Radiant Charizard down. Yeah, so they're just filling their bench with cards they can't use. We'll be able to play the Fire Energy. Again, I don't really want to go Iono here, but I'm going to anyway. One, I need a better hand. As much as I'm slowing them down, I also need to be catching back up. I have one turn here where I can actually go Evolution. I think I play another Iron Thorns down. I want to take the knockout here. Actually, I'm gonna go Evolution first. Get myself the double Dracloaks, so that way I can be in a position to get out Dragapult on my next turn. Because I don't think they're going to put the energy into the Squawkabilly to retreat it. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they will. Because I'm not even sure what they would want to go into. There's a Pheasantipity down. Also doesn't do anything for them. There's an energy switch. They can retreat out the Squawkabilly, but like I said, I don't think they're going to. I think they just want to power up Regidrago and try to attack past my Iron Thorns. Okay, perfect. So we have Arven that guarantees not only my Iron Thorns retreat, but it also guarantees... They go Prime Catcher, bring in Drakloak. We go Teal Dance for one more. I had to sneeze. What we'll do is we'll play the Dreepy down. They go Energy Switch here. What are the Mew? Weird. Little unfortunate with the Dragon Laser. They are able to knock out the Drakloak, which is annoying. But we bring Iron Thorns back in. We place Dreepy down. I think we just go Fire Energy here. Get ourselves the Psychic Energy. Go Arven. Check our deck real quick. Yeah. Oh. Okay, not good. We don't have any Dragapult in our deck. Okay, that makes things a lot worse for us. We grab the Rescue Board here. We pretty much need to KO. We just go Psychic Energy. We need to be able to survive this upcoming attack and knock out this, or we just lose the game. Oh, that's so bad. This should be a Dragapult EX, and we should be so much stronger than we are. Oh, that's so bad for us, man. Okay. It's still okay, though, because they haven't gotten into Regidrago V-Star. We do get our boss's orders. We go Night Stretcher here for Drakloak. The boss's orders is pretty important. And then I think we just go... What's... Yeah. Alright, we take the Earthen Vessel here. I think we go Crispin on this turn. Add the Fire Energy. Attach the Electric Energy to this one on the bench, just so that way we have an additional kind of target. We go Volt Cyclone, knock out the Regidrago V-Star. Attach. Let me make sure that I'm remembering this correctly. Yeah, we have Fire in hand. So we attach the Psychic to the Dracolock. Or Drakloak. We need to hit V-Star here, or the Dragapult EX. Oh my god. Oh, this game is so much harder than it needs to be for no reason. We don't have anything that can knock us out right now, but, like, we have to go... Oh, this game is so much harder than it needs to be for no reason. On our next turn, we have to go Boss's Orders and knock out this Squawkabilly, praying we can get into our Dragapult EX. If we can't, we're just completely stuck. Alright. I think we go Ultra Ball here. Get rid of the Rescue Board and the Counter Catcher. Find ourselves another Dreepy. Set this up. Go Fire Energy. Boss's Orders. Pull this up. Buddy Poffin. Our Toedscool is prize too, so we can't even set that up to stop the eventual. Oh, that's so bad, man. Go fire energy here. Take another 2 prizes. Okay. So we have something. The problem is that, do they have Dragapult already in their discard pile? Okay, they don't. They could go Kyurem, though. If they go Kyurem, we're in such a bad spot. There's the V-Star. It doesn't matter. They still don't have the ability, like, they don't have abilities available. Apex Dragon. Let's see. What do they do? They could coin flip with Exeggutor. I honestly wouldn't even mind that. They could go Giratina, go Lost Impact, knock me out. Or they could go Kyurem. And if they go Kyurem, I'm in a really bad spot. If they go Kyurem, I lose. They coin flip with Drago. Oh my god, that's so lucky. Like, for me. Like, they made kind of a bad play there. Because the whole goal now is if I can find boss's orders, I can win the game. So, we're going to go Earthen Vessel here. We'll get rid of... Yeah, we'll get rid of the Iono because it doesn't really matter. We just look to draw 2 cards out of our deck. Because we have to hit this boss. So we just need to thin as much as we can first. We only get Turo. Okay, actually, the Toro's not bad either. We can make this, because we need to move this out of the active. We're able to pick this up, bring this in. We live any individual attack. We get to make this. Dig a little bit deeper into our deck. Grab the trolley. We'll throw the fire energy down because we can make a new Dragapult on the next turn, retreat out. We'll hold on to the Pokégears for now. We go Phantom Dive. Put 10 here. 10 here. 20. Then we can put the last 10 here. Okay, so all we need to do is attack with Dragapult and we'll be fine. There's nothing they can do to deal 300 damage. Yeah, there's nothing they can do to deal 300 damage right now. And they don't have enough energy to work with, or like the potential to, in order to, even if they were able to get like a Raging Bolt in the discard pile, to get enough energy to work with. Actually, that's not true. Ready Drago V-Star. Because they could Teal Dance, attach an energy. That would be 1. Yeah. They'd have enough. So that's what it's going to come down to. If they can get Raging Bolt in the discard pile, we lose. Because we already have damage on us. Okay. We're still in this somehow. There's an Ultra Ball. Still no Raging Bolt. They didn't search it. It's prized. Oh my god, we got so lucky. Wow, that... I don't think there's another way for them to win. Oh my god, we got so lucky there. But I mean, honestly, we earned that. With the fact that the major functioning half of our deck was prized, where like the entire strategy that like we can do to beat Regidrago is, oh my god, and we lived with 10 HP. That's so insane. Man, thumbs up. Such a close game. Oh my god, my heart. The fact that we had to clutch that out with the other half of our deck being prized, like the core strategy, the fact that we had to just kind of function with just purely Iron Thorns made that so much harder. But what a good game. All right, yeah, that's gonna be the final game. That's game 3. I'm really happy with how that one played out. We really had to kind of clutch up. We definitely probably made some mistakes, but we did our best, and that's going to be a really fun game 3. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. That was very, very fun. Kind of unlucky that our prizes were like that, but it got balanced out by them not having the Raging Bolt. You know, who knows if it would have mattered if we were both not in that kind of situation. But yeah, all right, I will see you guys all in the next video. Be sure to let me know what you what you want to see and what cards you want to see featured in the next video, and I will see you guys all there. Peace.